Okay, we are live. Hi, this is William Ramsey. Welcome to William Ramsey Investigates. On today's show, I have a very special guest, returning guest. We were talking the pre-show. I think we've done 40 episodes together. It's amazing. They're all great episodes. We've covered so many different topics. Sean McCann of Wake the Dead. We were supposed to go live with Hans and do episode 13 of our Manchurian Candidate fiction to fact. But unfortunately, Hans is not feeling well. So people keep Hans in your thoughts. And hopefully he rebounds. I was sick for 2 weeks too, so hopefully he didn't get what I got. But we were talking, Sean and I. We talked to me this one guy, right? It was super dark. Not really the right thing for the season, but we'll do another show on this guy. Who Sean
Maybe when we get to the 50s or something.
yeah, or
By the
something.
50th
I don't know.
episode, I would have ground you
Patreon
down to
only.
be able to accept this blackest of pill. Like it's so gross, this dude. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Like, I mean, some of the stories I've done pretty dark. Like the John Bonet story hit me really hard when I realized the John Bonet story, like the real story about it, like the intergenerational stuff. And then Douglas shows up. But that kind of story you were telling me about, anyway, it's a worthwhile story. Like this, there are people out there that are that sick. And anyway, I was like, it hit me.
People have to guess what we're talking about. So in the
Well,
future, we'll get there. I mean, we don't, because once we start, we have to explain. So like, let's not even talk.
okay. Anyway,
Okay,
it was
we'll
a
move
dark
on.
subject. So I was trying
It's
to think.
very dark. It was too
Yeah.
dark for tonight. Like, yeah, let's do something more fun. History is easy. Yeah.
Yeah. This is we'll do it for like Patreons or make an announcement or something.
Okay.
But anyway, I've done a lot of shows with Sean, things we've covered, a lot of film analysis, Kubrick, Traum Novelle, Rosemary's Baby, 2 shows on that.
Kinsey, all those
Kinsey,
ones.
yes. Nope, Get Out. We did that kind of stuff. We've done Black Pia as a Black Pill Digest. We've done a couple shows on there.
We've done those. Yeah.
Covered Pilgrim Society, Banksy Wang, which is like this true SFK killer that they caught that nobody wanted to report on other than me for some strange reason. I cannot understand why nobody wants to cover this stuff.
Well, the dude put a kitten in a blender. I mean, like,
you'd think that the true crime, because there was that guy Mignota who did that same stuff, and they did documentaries about that, but they won't touch the tranny SFK kitty killing killer who nobody knows his real name.
Right. Oh yeah, and they printed his
credit.
Right. Yeah, on our show. Yeah.
So his name is his fake name was Fancy Wayne, but he was Scarlet Blake was his transvestite name. Dude, it was freaking like
Scarlet Blake. I mean, think about how like
a Silence of the Lambs level kind of craziness. Like,
right.
It puts its lotion on its body, kind of.
Yeah.
No, and the guy literally went through Tavistock. Like, you can't even write it. Like, it's a truth. Yeah. Nothing I said was fake. This is all validated.
Right.
And an international guy who traveled around the world, had contacts in the transvestite community in Austin, and he's trapped. Like, he came to the United States. What else has he done? Like,
we talk about some really ruthless stuff, man.
Dude, but there's dead bodies everywhere.
Yeah, dude, I know.
This guy who ratted him out is from Austin. There's like 20 bodies in Lady Bird Lake.
Right.
And like, what is going on? Why doesn't anybody, these journalists, like, they're just, anyway.
Yeah, dude. Well,
we talked about Abomination, which is another satanic ritual thing we've done.
Right. We did
Ninth Gate. Catchers in the Rye, Mind Control, Knights of Malta, Fidelity Experiments.
You were on my show talking about about how the cult for the West Memphis 3 guy is a psyop. That was a great one that we did. That was you on my show, though. Actually,
that was Damien Eccles.
Damien Eccles fan club is a psyop. That was one of the ones we did. That was a good one.
It's all psyop after psyop after psyop. Dude, anyway,
mind control is the only. Yeah, right.
We've done
this is fun talking. It's just great because there's so much. And okay, I'm sorry.
We've done the night. I'm still doing my intro. We've done the Knights of Malta, which ties into this whole kind of old European nobility, royalty, insignias, heraldry stuff, which ties into Eyes Wide Shut. So anyway, the second option, other than this other dark one, with a guy having intercourse with dead bodies, was this subject, the Order of the Golden Fleece, which I think he had told me about. I'm just like bombarded with information constantly. I think he told me about it and I forgot, and then kind of like my memory's jarred, but I don't know much about it. So the Order of the Golden Fleece is a real thing, and you can read about it, but it really is this kind of Catholic stuff that overlaps with so much going on today. Like I've been doing shows on Dulles Brothers, who's a Knight of Malta. These guys
Wow.
are all Catholic. They're Catholic adjacent in these, and even the Germans too, like Himmler and
Yes.
the intelligence chief for the East, whose name I can't remember right now. But these guys are all kind of in these orders and intergenerational orders and ancestral. And we're going to talk more about that. So, Sean, welcome back to the show.
Awesome. It's an honor to be here, and thank you again. It's great talking with you. You're a friend, and
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
wonderful.
Well, another pre-show too. Like I should just hit the like button because our
We
pre-show
always-
talks, we always go
Yeah.
and bounce around. Like,
Yeah, that topic that you brought up in the pre-show, we should do a formal thing and talk about it, like on, like,
yeah,
really
I think
have a
it.
show about that.
I think
you
it's
know?
important enough.
Yeah.
Just like the developments in the Charlie Kirk thing, which
Yeah.
we did a show on the attempted killing of Trump, right? Didn't
Right.
we do that?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, because I was talking about how the photograph of the bullet, I believed was real, and then we were kind of going from there and speculating.
Right.
But yeah, this today is like a history show. Kind of, I'm glad people are watching live. That's great. I love all the listeners that are here, and thank you for bringing your audience to my voice here. This is great. This is something that I have been diving into because of all of my endless eyes wide shut. Just I keep going, you know what I mean? And I thought I knew what the guy Red Cloak, they call him in the credits, the guy with the gold mask with the red, on the carpet. He's the Hierophant on the carpet with the staff who's directing the ceremony. I thought I knew that guy was, oh yeah, the double-headed eagle on his chair. Okay, yeah, that's Freemasonry, and that's the I think it's like the 13th level or something of it's like the order of the knight of the uh white and black eagle command. I forget what the hell, but anyway, it was it was one of the levels in the Scottish Rite of Freemasonry, and so I figured that's like what that dude's authority was, and I went along thinking that I knew what it was, and then I get deeper into understanding of these, because I was looking at the heraldic shields on the walls at the ritual mansion where they're doing the orgy. There's like a balcony, and there's some heraldry, just the shield, not the whole achievement of coat of arms or whatever, but those relate to certain families, and the coat of arms or the shield indicates who the knight is, that who their family is, their lineage, and I've been looking into like the ancestors of the people that are at the ritual. They used to the masks were passed down, the guy with the tricorn hat mask, who I believe is Victor Ziegler. That dude, that mask was at those rituals long before Ziegler was alive. You know what I mean? These are old masks, and so it's weird to have a new mask show up into the ritual. They're all like, "Who's this guy?" But anyway, so I'm wondering, and I understood that guy with the red cloak is, you see him there. He's going around with a thurible, and that's a Catholic device. That's to sanctify a space for a Holy Roman Catholic ritual. And so that's what he's doing, but he's going left-handed. He's doing, the kind of satanic way. And I think there's like 11 of them or something. I forget. But anyway, so he's directing the ceremony, and he's using the thurible to sanctify the space. And then the song that they're playing, the Jocelyn Pook song, the ritual chant that's backwards, that if you have that translated into English, it talks about how these these people of the holy place, they bless this place and make it holy or something. I forget exactly. It's coming off the top of my head, but if I looked in my notes, I could recite it to you. People can look it up. And so it's all about consecration of a ritual space, right? And so I'm also learning about the heraldry, and I get into the Habsburgs and the the way that they used their lineage to consolidate power. You know, they didn't the Habsburgs of Europe is a royal family of like st-
They're like, yeah.
Vienna is their center, right? But what were you saying?
I was just saying they're just one of the well-known lineage names
Right,
from history. Is the
right,
from the was it Hungary Austro-Hungarian
right.
Empire? Yeah.
Right. And so they gained power and they became rulers of much of the world. They were they sat at the head of the Holy Roman Empire uh for thousands of years. They took the logo of the Holy Roman Empire is the double-headed eagle.
Right.
And it's a black. I can even share where is
I think it's
but
on this chair. I don't know if they show the chair in this
the chair,
one.
yeah, they do. If you let
Let's
it
see, let's
kind
see.
of, but I've got a picture here somewhere.
There he is on the chair. Yeah.
Yep. So that chair is so the okay. This okay, here. Share this tab. If you
Okay.
show this, this is the coat of arms of the Habsburgs, right? And this is they have the double-headed eagle with the crown above. Right, that's the crown of the Holy Roman Empire. And so that was like consolidating Roman power of Europe after Rome was not there anymore, right? It was kind of like bringing together the lands of Charlemagne again. It was like this weird thing they were doing. And so it's all these like disparate areas that like I mean the Habsburgs were in control of Spain and the New World and the the king and queen of Spain were Habsburg, and they're the ones that sent out in 1492 Columbus and paid for his all of that. So like they owned all of this, and then it was the Austrian branch of the Habsburg dynasty and then the Spanish branch. And it's kind of been like that. And now the Order of the Golden Fleece has two, I think, because of that. So anyway, the Order of the Golden Fleece was created by Philip Philip the second. Here, let's see.
I have some information on it, but it's like
Philip the Third the Good, right? Duke of Burgundy at Bruges in Flanders, 1430. So he had this wedding with Isabella of Portugal, and that right there was bringing together their lands and their power, And
right.
then
This is a very seminal event in history for people who don't know. This is before 1492. Columbus sailed the ocean blue, right? But it's before the reconquest of the Iberian Peninsula. So it happened in Bruges in Belgium. So like all the Habsburg, the empire were like little splotches of ownership throughout Europe.
yes,
Sorry to interrupt.
exactly. No, that's perfect. So how do you control all these disparate lands? You need to have loyalty to a leader. So this uh, Maximilian, here, let's see. Okay. So anyway, this Philip the Good created it, and you have to be Roman Catholic, and you have to. There was only 23 knights uh, at the beginning, and then it was super elite. Only the most super elite, right? So you gotta like really fight to be one of these dudes. And they had special honor. They didn't have to do they were above the law, basically. They're allowed to do whatever they want. They don't have to answer to anybody. Um, but they do answer to the sovereign of the order, who is a Habsburg. Right. So they have to, so this is like consolidating the power of all the richest, wealthiest um families or whatever, and they're inducted into this chivalric order. And they use the Golden Fleece story with Jason and the Golden Fleece to kind of bring in like the secular and the paganism, as well as like the Roman Catholic, to try to make it more legitimate, I guess. I don't know, more maybe it's just for the aesthetic, but I'm not an expert, guys, so I've just been this is what I've been looking at. And so the order becomes like the richest order, and it holds lots of power, right? And the people that were in the order were considered knights, and they had chivalric heraldry, you know,
They
to
take their heraldry very seriously too.
oh
Like
yeah,
every little star and symbol and all that stuff. Like you get certain things, and if you're in these orders and you like mess up your heraldry, it's considered to be a major issue, like a fake
right.
heraldry stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, there's rules for like, only these kind of knights can have a red shield, and only these ones can have a chevron or whatever, like the shapes and the colors and it all has meaning. It's a whole language. Like if you want to get into looking at that, like you will be lost. It's like, but anyway, so
The
this,
fleece, just to add one more thing, the
please,
fleece goes back to Greek mythology.
right,
It is, I think it was Jason and the Argonauts stole the fleece from with the help of Medea, who was
right,
she's a sorceress, I think. And
yeah,
it's a symbol of authority and kingship from ancient Greece. So very important. So that symbol is like why it's there. And I'll see if I can find actually. You can see it looks like a fleece from Greek history, right?
right, yeah. It is. Here, I'll find another picture. It's a sheep that is standing, and it's hoisted at the waist by like a belt. Here, that's a jewel that they
Right.
call it.
That's
Like,
it. Yeah. So that's it.
so like you can see the ram's horn, and so like I wonder if like the ram relates to the emperor, like the Mars, like it there's I don't know, there's a lot to um the symbolism of the ram and the domination of it. But so like um they wore these chain type thing. This here
Yeah.
is a
This is it. Yeah. This is
treasure
it.
of the Golden Fleece. And
Look at the screen. That's Philip wearing his fleece chain, and you can see the fleece, the little sheep or ram is right there at the bottom. See that? He's prayerful.
oh right, yeah, that one. Yep,
Yeah.
right.
So that's
Yeah,
for me.
they're depicted in paintings wearing their chain to show their allegiance, and you will see that fleece hanging on a lot of stuff. Um, so there's like and then if you look at the list of people, um, it's just holy crap. And it goes from 15th century to 21st century. It's still happening. Henry VIII was a member of the Golden Fleece. Like the guy who paid for Mozart, and the other guy who paid for Beethoven. Like they changed Vienna, they changed music. Like um, it's just like it's so.
It's
Dude,
everybody. It's like the whole thing. Like it's like
right,
all
Queen
the
Beatrix of the
yeah,
Netherlands. Oh,
yeah,
dude, like
yeah.
oh man, like when you learned what she and the Bilderberg group. It was started by Queen Beatrix of the Netherlands. Like that's okay. So the Bilderberg group was started by these guys. Okay. Right.
Yeah.
And so like if you look, I don't know where it is on that page, but if you scroll, they talk about what their ordained powers are. And in 1913, it was like reaffirmed the power. Here, let me see on I'll find it on my side. Origin, Spanish order. Okay, living members. Habsburg order. Oh man, grandmasters. Okay, living members. Yep. Officers. Here. Okay, privileges. Knights of the order enjoy a variety of privileges. Some privileges are shared, while others differ due to split in the order in 1700 between Austria and Spain. They henceforth developed their own characteristics. The Spanish order has developed into a state order of merit, while the Austrian order has remained a Catholic order of knighthood with a strong bond of brotherhood. So that, like, how the guy at the party's like, I'm Hungarian. Like, okay, why is
Right.
he saying that? Right. Okay. So the heraldry. Okay. Pope Pius X reestablished in 1913 the privilege that Knights of the Austrian Order of the Golden Fleece have the right to deem a location as worthy for holding a holy mass. The celebration of a holy mass on non-sacred ground, ergo at home, is usually only possible with the permission of the local bishop. Knights may do so without asking for permission. So if they want to hold a black mass, they can't just go ask the local bishop, hey, we're having this sex party at this dude's house, and we're going to be, doing this ritual there with the gold mask and all that shit. But it has to be a secret because it's satanic, and it's like making babies that they're going to torture. You know what I mean? It's like it's satanic. Like it's against the laws of the regular
Church, yeah.
the regular church. Exactly.
Right.
So like if any of these black orders want to have an actual ritual where the the angels and the demons actually pay attention, they're going to read from the Catholic books, and it's going to be like sanctified with a thurible, and there's going to be a dude there with the authority to make that mass a real thing. So, and then if you look at the robes that they wear, like here, there's one. You see this? That's a very familiar color.
Sure is. It sure is.
So that's the color of the carpet, and that's the color of the guy, what he's wearing, the guy performing the ritual, the Hierophant. And that's the color that Kubrick uses in the toy store, and he uses on Domino's bedspread, and it's like all everywhere, and like burgundy, right? I mean, where is that color? And so, like, burgundy is famous for fleece, for sheep and wool and stuff. So this here is the top of the new Hofburg, which is the building, which is the center of power of the Habsburgs. It's like their house, I guess. You look up N-U-E N-E-U-E Hofburg, I think. And
Hofburg Palace in Vienna.
Yes, that's it. Yep. This is a golden double-headed eagle at the top of that building with the crown above. the Holy Roman Empire, and that's got the flag of Austria. You know, so that's also like relates to the Austrian branch of the, you know. So, and then when, I mean, it goes even deeper when you get into the SRA, mind control symbolism. People should listen to the episode I did with Carrie Olahe about Eyes Wide Shut, and she says that that double-headed eagle represents split brain,
Wow.
and like loyal altars within that are loyal to the cult. That's what that's how she relates to those symbols. So like it goes really deep with the split, the two-headed eagle, and that
Right. There's the
whole
hopper.
symbolism.
That's a picture of it.
Yep, right there, and there's the eagle on top.
Wow.
And inside they have all kinds of treasures of the
Here it is, the
the
Imperial
order of the
Treasury.
Golden Fleece.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And you'll see like they've got
Jewels from the Order of the Golden Fleece. There it is.
right. That's right. They have
There's the fleece right
allegedly
there. That's on the picture in the upper right hand part.
right.
That's the little fleece.
Right. You see the little
Yeah,
sheep.
yeah.
Right. Yep. That's a jewel that they wear. It's like a brooch, a pin. But if you look above, allegedly they have one of the nails that pierced Jesus to the cross. They have that.
This is the
have,
agate bowl, allegedly the Holy Grail.
yeah.
One of the many Holy Grails. Yeah.
They own everything. They are the richest. They even got a nail. I mean, they got like a piece of the true cross, like a shard of the wood, and then they encapsulated it inside of another cross. And then they, you know, and they make money by showing these relics. They bring them around and people, you know, they all bow and stuff. You know.
It's amazing.
Like
this stuff happens right under. It's all available. Just nobody talks about it. You never hear about it in American media.
right.
It's super important.
Yeah, these are the families that created the Bilderbergs. Everybody's like, oh, Bilderberg, WEF, Schwab, Klaus Schwab. Schwabians are where the Habsburgs derived their power. It was the Schwabian knights that like gave their allegiance to the first Habsburg. You know, Habsburg, I guess, was the name of a castle. They named themselves because they were around before family names. I mean, they named themselves after this castle. They were like, oh, I guess you call us Habsburg, you know, which is like flying hawk, which also relates to the bird, you know, and they're black, double-headed. Maybe it's a hawk to them, you know. In Rome, it was an eagle, but you know, so they are an extension of the Holy Roman Empire. Go ahead, are you gonna say something?
Well, I was just going to say, like, a lot of people don't know this, but a lot of the occultism that you see in Eyes Wide Shut and other occultists, a lot of the rituals and stuff come out of the Catholic Church. They're like demonized or occultized or something. But like a lot of that stuff you see, like even the head of the Knights of Malta, he has that arm across his chest. He's making a ritual signal, sign, a hand sign or gesture or whatever you want to call it.
Just like Crowley did in that picture where he's got his thumb up and his hand on his chest. Yeah.
And so so people get confused, like, oh, are these people occultists? Well, they are initiated.
Right.
They may not be occultists. There may be some people have made allegations that inside the Catholic Church there are Satanists.
Oh yeah.
And they're like they do rituals and like Kevin Arnett, I've had him on my show. He thinks that the internal like core of the Catholic Church is rotten to the core.
Yes. You should talk to Max Max Lowen. She was a guest on my show a couple times and she's phenomenal. She was she was a survivor of SRA in Vatican City when she was a kid, and she will tell you some stories, man.
There have been Catholic priests in the United States who are into black magic. There's absolutely, these are confirmed court cases. These are not like some kind of, there was a guy who was like in Minnesota or Wisconsin. I can't remember his name, but I did one on, I mean, it wasn't Catholic, but he was a Protestant. He was one of like the list killer's cousins, or his uncle was doing like black magic rituals inside of a church, inside of
Right,
a
I
Western
remember
church.
that. Yeah, I
William
remember
Ramsey.
hearing that on your
This a
show.
recent case too. This was a recent civil case within the last 5 years.
Right.
Like he had a victim, whether she's credible or not, or whatever. But that was in a court document.
Right.
So
And I mean, we can remember from Rosemary's Baby when the Cassavetes were having dinner with Rosemary for like the first time. They're asking her about her, upbringing, and she said she was Roman Catholic, and they both got eyes wide. They were like salivating, yeah,
yes.
because they're already doing the dark ritual. Like really, like the Roman Catholic religion is the ancient religion of Semiramis. It is, they worship the Dark Mother, Mary, Mother of God, is their real, what they're really worshiping. And it's Mother Mary to them is Semiramis. It is, I mean,
There's no Mary worship in the New Testament.
right?
So that's, I mean, if you want to go critique the Catholic Church,
Yeah,
there's no Mary worship. She's a revered figure, but you don't pray to Mary.
right.
But they do in the Catholic, certain parts of the Catholic Church really hold her up. And
So this is the same goddess as Tanit, who they would sacrifice babies to, and the Tophets in Carthage. They would, and Tanit is the same as Semiramis, same as Ishtar, same as Inanna. It's the Queen of Heaven, Magna Mater. It's Cybele, like that whole thing was the same crazy goddess that wants you to like chop off your junk and like, you know, be a whore for the church and give all the money to the church. Like it, it is like Inanna was the queen of political power, sexual pleasure. Like if you look at the list, it's like holy shit. And so Tanit is like, if you look at, I spoke with Headless Giant, who's great. He's a good friend. And he was on my show explaining about how the Tanit is all in the Roman Catholic religion. If you look and see like all of these images of Mother Mary as a triangle, an upward pointed triangle, and that is the ancient symbol of Tanit with like a circle above. And the Ankh kind of looks like that because also she's got arms, kind of. It's like a circle of a head with like a bar for two arms, and then like a triangle underneath, like a skirt or something, like like on the door of the woman's restroom, like the triangle. And so that you can see that everywhere in the Roman Catholic Church. And then if you look at, and the 8-pointed star, and like you look at all of the
transmogrification, they teach that you're certain Catholic, traditional Catholic, you are literally eating the body
right.
and blood of Christ.
So also that, so
which
Tanit,
Christ did not teach. The Old Testament, he's clearly using it as a symbol. He
right.
holds up a piece of bread. This is where we're done. He breaks the bread. This is my symbol of my body. It's not his actual body. So the fact that they're teaching that is a return to paganism, in my opinion. As a Catholic,
Exactly.
as somebody who was raised as a Catholic,
right.
Like I know this stuff. But I mean,
it's a magic ritual. Okay.
Here's the other thing is that it's certain people emphasize that and certain don't. So
that's true.
It's not like it's not like, I mean, I don't know what the new Catholic Church is very top down and hierarchical, but I don't know what their their new teachings, like the Vatican comes out with teaching, the conservatives get pissed, the liberals get pissed. But there's a lot of dark stuff in the Catholic Church, guys.
Dude.
As a Catholic.
So I mean, why? I mean, okay, so Tanit required child sacrifice. And so why is it that we had to kill the child of God? Like even God's kid has to get sacrificed to this evil goddess, and we have to participate with the drinking of the blood. Like, why is that the law?
Dude,
why can't it be Buddy Christ?
Why is the Catholic Church they're always depicting Christ on a cross?
Right, the murder and the trauma.
Yeah,
the
that's the
Grockian clown, right?
bro, it's the centerpiece of most Catholic churches that I've been in is
Yes,
literal guy being crucified.
right.
Like,
And the
why are
Stations
they
of the
emphasized?
Cross,
Oh,
the Stations of the Cross are always on the wall, and you
you
see,
go to church
oh,
and
you
you
get
bow
spit
down.
on,
No,
right?
and
Yeah,
you do these prostrating rituals. Everybody
right,
kneel, everybody bow, everybody
right,
stand up,
right,
everybody say a prayer. Like the mass
right.
is a kind of
Everybody
like,
confess to the, like that whole
there's a
thing.
lot, dude. Yeah, Malachi Martin, thanks Tolkien study. Yeah, I
Right,
mean, there's a lot to criticize. There's a lot of reasons why Martin Luther criticized the church. I mean, that's why there was a Reformation. There, some of the stuff. And by the way, our channel says Knights of Malta helped save Europe during Crusades. They did. They did. They are involved in saving Europe, but it doesn't mean that these organizations are static in any way. They literally had Jimmy Savile as a member of the Knights of Malta, a guy who
right.
had sex with dead bodies, and also like a real monster in Alan Dulles. So these
Right.
are they have personalities and
Well,
infiltrators.
this comment is a
Popes are never the
fallacy.
same either. Yeah.
This
So
comment is a fallacy. Like, just because one individual is I mean, so anyway, I'm not gonna
we're
get,
not
we're not
perpetrating
gonna fight.
fantasy. The Knights of Malta is 1,000-year-old group that goes all the way back to Jerusalem in the Crusades, and it's probably concomitant or just the same thing as the Order of the Golden Fleece. I bet all those members of the
Right,
Orders of the Golden Fleece are members of the Knights of Malta, or at least overlap and no other
right.
members. So it's
And
all the same names. It's all
look
the
at the privilege that Maltese have, and their passports, and like all of that's banking and all the finance stuff that goes into that, like modern day Knights of Malta. Like, they're not saints, you know what I mean? Just
they're
because they
still
did one
there.
good thing. Yeah,
The
right.
head of the Supreme Court, I think, is a Knight of Malta. I
Right.
think one of the guys at the Department of Defense. I saw him in a Maltese procession. He does. It's not stated on his resume, not on his bio on Wikipedia. I'm
Of
pretty
course.
sure it's the same dude.
Right. But these secret
Maybe.
societies are modeled after these societies
Yes.
of
Yeah. Yeah.
knights,
Yes. Yeah.
just like even, the OTO and shit, they say
Right.
like,
They have
oh,
knights. Yeah, they're
we're,
knights
yeah,
of the epops. They call themselves epops of the Illuminati. That's a pope. I mean, they have the most flowery stuff in these secret societies, much like the Roman
EPOP is
Church.
Pope backwards. It's funny. It's satanic. It's backwards. It's the backwards
Yeah.
Pope. But
Yeah, but I mean, you can look at the 11 levels of the
Mhm.
OTO. I think, as Crowley said, like they're all these
Right,
flowery titles and all this stuff.
right. There's officially 10, but the 11th one is gay sex.
Right. I'd say Columbus, a Freemasonic Catholic order. I'm not surprised. Not this doesn't
Right.
surprise me. Very powerful, and you've heard my
Yes.
shows
And
on. Hold on, if you heard my shows on the night, if you've heard my shows on the Knights of Columbus, like I show the Knights of Columbus are very powerful, man. They control like $80 billion in life insurance and just huge financial stuff. So these are very powerful groups.
yeah, just like the Shriners is like they got huge money. There's if you like I mean, just the dues. I mean, whatever. I mean, so like the secret society, everybody, all the conspiracy theorists and quotes all go and look at the secret societies and stuff. But look at the ones that are out there in the open. The Order of Golden Fleece is you can click and read everything about it, who started everything, whose kids did what. Like, I mean, Beethoven was like friends with this Archduke dude, is a member of the Habsburgs, and he was, and like he paid for all of Beethoven's like work in Vienna, like paid for him to live in Vienna. Like, Mozart was brought to Vienna by these guys. Like, they changed culture. They changed Europe. They made Europe a cohesive piece. They was like the beginning of the EU, kind of, you know what I mean? Like, they gave Europe a new identity, and instead of like little city states fighting, and the the way that the Alps are, there's a break in the Alps, and right above that passageway into Italy sits Vienna. So like that's where all of the money of all the trade with Italy and that whole Mediterranean ship, as it was going up into Europe, it would pass through Vienna. And like, so they turned it into this cultural you know, and it was also like the melting pot. It was like the first melting pot of Europe, like where all these different peoples came together because of all of the trading and all of the travels. And um, so it's very important. And so like the Habsburgs putting their stamp on that as their center, and you know, they branched out with all of their inbreeding and their family ties and all that stuff to control like almost the whole world, like they were an empire. And there's, you know, even today there's like this young girl was given like the leader of the Order of the Golden Fleece, like they like put a little necklace on her, and she's like 13-year-old girl. I forget what her name was. Maybe we can look it up. The current leader of the Order of the Golden Fleece is some little girl, but she's got like the genealogy, you know, she's got the family. Yeah, if you're looking it up, that's great. And this is like what it's just hidden because nobody cares. It's like everybody like the like a, you know, what is drawing the people's attention to the secret orders, and what makes them not care about the orders that are in plain day, you know, in the daylight. It's very weird, because people's like the way that people look at history, it's very specific things. Like everybody knows about this one topic and nobody knows about this vast array of other stuff that influences everything, that is integral parts of all of history and the way that we think of the world today. But you know, we're not, that doesn't matter because, you know, look over here. Like, you know, so it's kind of it's good to get like a broaden our spectrum of view to see, you know, what's really going on, because this the hierarchical obedience is what kept the Europe together, and the marriages, the choosing which who to marry and what, you know. And the Habsburgs were famous for inbreeding their own, like an uncle would marry his niece and then their kids would have like deformities and would die and stuff because they can't. It's really sick. But
Yeah, there's a couple pictures of some of the Habsburgs, or at least one of the kings of Spain. They inbred too much, and it's
big
never a good thing.
nose,
Yeah,
big jaw,
yeah,
lips, big old
and
lips,
not very
very
smart.
weird. Yeah,
The but they a lot of them, like, they look very similar. A lot of these royal houses after a while. That's why the Romanovs look so much like the Saxe-Coburg-Gothas or the Windsors. It's like
right,
because they were all inbreeding and sharing certain stuff. My
right.
Patreon people is my Patreon, William Ramsey Investigates. A lot of people don't know I have a Patreon page. I post all my stuff there without ads, so you can go check that out.
That's great. Yeah, and we can talk about the corpse diddler like over
Somewhere
there, but
there, yeah,
yeah.
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 Jay Dyer's review. I think our review. We've done 4 hours on Eyes Wide Shut, guys. I would check those out. The videos, I think, are still on YouTube somewhere. You could check it out on Sean's site, but we've done 4 hours. I don't think Jay's is very good. I think he only did 20 minutes. But Venice, black cloaks and Catholic mass usually were referred to clergy's cassock, symbolizing death. Interesting.
Okay.
Hindu song, spot on, because high levels of Hindu rituals are tantra. Yep, that's true.
Right. Yeah. The original song in Eyes Wide Shut was from the Bhagavad Gita, but they took that out because they didn't want to demonize Hindu people. They didn't want to make them seem
Oh,
satanic.
interesting.
So they chose the Jocelyn Pook song, which, you know, I think works much better. The Jocelyn Pook thing, the backwards chant of the Romanian chant.
Nice. Tolkien studied the inherited power over time, just gets stronger and stronger. It changes names, but the hand remains. Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
it doesn't go away. Like, right. Plantagenet, Spain. I'm not sure where, like Isabel from 1430, the original. I'm not sure. So we need to like people like we need to get deeper into this to really know. I'm sorry,
Ram,
guys. Okay, let's go ahead.
Ram is a symbol of Ares, god of war.
Right. Yes.
Yes. Franz Joseph, part of the order. Was Emperor Franz Joseph part of the order as well? Probably, maybe.
We can look that up because there's lists. I mean, here, I'll find the list
Using up,
while you're doing that.
why people bash like Jesuits have pretty dumb. We're not bashing them. We're just trying to explain these
What's so
orders,
great
guys.
about the Jesuits? Like,
I don't know, but like, who says we're bashing anybody? We're just trying to explain these orders. That's all. They're just not talked about. I would become a Knight of Malta. I wouldn't care that much, because of the benefits. Like, people think that I have some kind of like animus to it. I don't.
we have
Totally ridiculous.
morality,
Yeah.
like
I'm making moral
like,
judgments. Sure,
sure.
absolutely, yeah.
So these are
Highest of
numbers
10 is a
here.
saint. Maybe RR is a Catholic or something. He must be a Catholic.
Oh, Pius X is the one who gave them in 1913 the ability to reinforce their ability to have that to deem a place holy, or that's the guy who gave them that power again.
Johnny's list says it's good that people are finally talking about all these Catholic orders. Why not?
Right.
Why not? They're important.
Right. I mean, the Catholicism, the hierarchy of power that is the Catholic Church, is important to talk about. Like, we can't just
Sure is.
overlook that and be like, "Oh, the Jews," all the time.
Right.
Like,
come on. They like to blame the Jews too. They like to leave
everybody
the Jews
loves that.
holding the bag. Come on,
Dude.
Catholics. I mean, some of these like Protestant churches aren't much better, guys. I'm sorry. Some are kind of corrupt too. Look at this whole thing around like Charlie Kirk and all these people, man.
Right.
Dendritic Fractal says all orders are cults and religions are cults that started franchises as well.
Yeah.
It's one way to look at it.
I would say that's true. Yeah.
They also talk about taking their enemies' children and raising them in the cult. These are great photos. Yeah, they're good photos. I'll post this photo of I found the photo of the girl who's the new order of the Golden Fleece.
Oh, you found her? Good. Yeah.
Yeah.
This
could be your merch. Could be. Learning, yeah, this is learning about history nobody knows about. That's what the Knights of Malta is too. Like, people don't talk about it.
It's important. I mean, who cares if we have an opinion about it? Like, let us do our thing.
Look at Epstein, the new Epstein doc. Look at all his connections and the secret stuff he's up to and all these other people. I mean, come on.
Right. And this is how they consolidate power. Like, Epstein is one way of doing it. And like, having these people they all want to be part of this order. It's like some, if you
want power,
Fleece,
right?
Yeah, dude, it's like, they're touching the coattails of the power in Europe.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you would join. You would join.
Right.
Like,
exactly.
Malachi Martin wrote about it. I think it's like Blood on the Altar or something like that.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Right. Catholic Church is varied. There's all kinds of different orders. They have like very liberal views about certain people. There's very traditional stuff under the huge umbrella. It's huge. There's billions of people. So I mean, come on. Like, we're not trying to show like this is all therefore the entire Catholic Church is corrupt,
Well, I mean, kind of. But anyway, I mean, like the guy Francis, he says it's okay to inject yourself with aborted babies because there's a pandemic on, guys. We gotta, go with the flow, everybody. Power says do it. So you do not have a religious exemption because I say this. Like, come on. You guys can't believe those guys are
come on, Kurt
on our side if they're, you know what I mean?
The popes in Italy were adjuncts to political power, like the Borgias and the Medicis.
Exactly.
They installed them.
Aldo
Those are some very cutthroat poisoners and just really intense people.
Right. And here's another list here. This is from the beginning, Philip the Good, and then it goes through, and we have like 1430. So we can see Edward the Fourth, King of England, Ferdinand the Fifth. Here we go. So Habsburg's Golden Fleece, Archduke Maximilian started that, and you can see his nose and his chin. He's Habsburg, huge nose. Those at the beginning. It gets really worse towards the end. Like, they get really bad. So
24 watching, guys. I have 186 people watching right now.
wow.
These streams go out to different sites.
Right.
People
There's 3 or 4 channels that you have on
right.
even
So
on
I have
YouTube.
3 YouTube channels. I have Twitter, Rumble, and Rockfin, and then Sean's. But it all comes back to me. It shows to me how many listeners I have. So Witsis, you're probably watching it on just one of my YouTube channels. So
Right. It's weird they're trying to attack you on this. Why would they? Usually we don't get that kind of comment. I'm surprised.
where are the other chats coming from? I just explained it. They're all coming from different things. The other thing that's really changing and what StreamYard is adapting to is everybody watches on their phone now.
Right.
So now StreamYard made a change where the layout can either be landscape or portrait. And so a lot of I can tell on my side as the kind of centralized guy who's watching on what. So I can tell what says I know you're watching on your phone. It shows. So same with Annika. You're watching on your phone. So you're watching on the portrait style. Average Royal Family looks like Christmas wreath, yes.
So
the plane that turned off their radio. Well, yeah, Sean and I were talking about this stuff in the pre-show.
Right. Right after the event happened, they flew away and they turned off their
Sean, do you have a Patreon? Wake the Dead Tara's asking. Do you have
I have a Buy Me a Coffee, and I do have a PayPal, and I have a Bitcoin wallet as well. I need to start a Patreon. I don't have extra content, you know what I mean, to keep away from the others, and I kind of put everything on for free. But there is on my page, onegreatworknetwork.com/Sean-McCann. You will find a donate button that will bring you to a page.
Yeah, put it in the private chat and I'll repost it.
Thank you. Awesome.
William's asking, maybe you know this, Sean. Who was the composer in Eyes Wide Shut? Ligeti, the one-note piano parts.
One-note piano part. Oh, yeah, of the soundtrack. The dun, 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 dun. I'm not sure the name. We can probably look that up. It's probably on IMDb, actually.
So we're not bashing anybody here. I'm not an angry ex-Catholic or something. I'm not that person.
I am.
Yeah,
I started Catholic.
Yeah. I mean, I grew up where the freaking nun would just hit you with a ruler, man.
Right.
Your parents would be okay with it. Yeah. Mom,
dude.
the nun hit me with a ruler. Great.
My ex-girlfriend's mom has her right hand is deformed and messed up. And she went to a nun place, and she's left-handed, obviously, because she has a normal left hand. But they would beat her, and they would smack her, and they would hurt her into the point where she had to use a hand that didn't even have as many fingers as normal. It's shrunken, small. And she was very ashamed, didn't want people to see her hand and shit. And now she has to write with it in front of everybody. It's very mean, but because of their whole, the right hand is God's side, left hand is Satan's side. Can't do that. It's crazy, dude. People are crazy.
They thought they were witches. I think even in some cultures in Europe or Russia, you did not write with your left hand. So they didn't have left-handed people. You had to learn to write with the right because you were a witch. Is JJ, are you ghosting us here, giving us a hard time in the chat? JJ Vance. Doing it. He's secretly RR is JJ's burner. You guys know. JJ, you better come forward, man.
He could jump in the chat or jump on the stream.
Powerful by the unity of occult royalty and kings. Yeah, these guys have secret stuff, guys. They're not just above board, some of these guys.
Right. Yeah, kind of like the Order of the Garter. The Order of Golden Fleece is as high. It's the highest level. And I mean, they don't wipe the ass of the queen or whatever. I guess there's probably
that's the Order of the Stool, or what's his name?
That's Order of the Stool.
Is that what it's called? Dude, it's something like Groom of the Stool.
Groom
of the Stool.
They groom the stool.
Now imagine the king goes up on a freaking elevated stand to do his business, and somebody
King up underneath.
Where are you gonna job today?
Yeah, so that's the level of those people are put on such a high pedestal that they will shit on those underneath them. Excuse my language. But I mean, and then the people under will say thank you and wipe, And then they will inspect it to make sure that they're eating properly. You know what I mean?
Well,
But
AI,
whoever's taking care of sausage fingers is not really sniffing the stool properly because that
yeah,
dude's got a problem.
yeah, he's in trouble. He's not
Yeah,
looking good. Any thoughts on Rob Reiner? I don't. I mean, it's a
it's
tragedy.
tragedy. It's
It's a
so
tragedy.
sad, dude. It's like, and I mean, if it was, because okay, how about this for conspiracy? Like, does everybody know that the Obamas were supposed to meet with the Reiners that night
Wow.
or the night after? I think it was what the Obamas were coming to talk business.
Wow. He was very politically active, Rob Reiner.
Right. But I mean, think about it though. I mean, think about the Obama's chef disappeared all of a sudden. A guy who can swim really good, like drowned in like
Yeah.
four
Tafari
four feet of water or something.
Tafari Campbell.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. You know his name because he's another smiley face
I wrote a
victim,
chapter on
basically.
him in my new book. That's a very
Yeah.
suspicious death. Very
Right.
suspicious indeed.
Right.
Had all the
And
hallmarks. Sunday night disappears. Found Monday morning. 4 feet of water.
right.
I'm gonna go out on my my board without a ankle strap.
Right.
Like who does that? You put it on there
So
so your board doesn't shoot off 20 feet
right.
away.
So you don't lose it. Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But think about like if we are suspicious and we don't trust the story, then we might believe that I mean they could stage an argument with a junkie kid in front of everybody at Conan O'Brien's party so that there's all kinds of witnesses to see this kid get mad at his parents. And oh, look, there's a reason. And there's the guy we're going to look at. And that's the patsy, everybody. Meanwhile,
You're
Obama's
just being
fucking SEAL
paranoid,
Team 6
Sean.
goes in.
You're just paranoid, man.
Maybe a little
He
bit.
was under the care of a psychiatrist, dude. So, like,
Mm.
which psychiatrist, and where's that psychiatrist background?
The
That's what
kid
I want to
was,
know. Yeah,
yeah,
Nick.
right.
Nick.
Right.
And
It's
he was getting
probably
more unstable and more irrational and on different drugs. Like, whoa, like those
right.
are all like warning signs for me. Like, whoa, he's undergoing personality change. Where have I heard that?
Right.
I've heard
Yeah.
that.
Like, look in the document we're looking at in Manchurian Candidate.
Yeah, like, oh,
Right.
is that
The guy's name
Johnny
is
Walker?
He's
Johnny
like
Walker come out,
right, yeah. Yeah, we call him Grok.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, think about like the Harley Pasternak and his treatment of like the people and how he controlled, like
Yeah, he went under a personality change, man. They were
totally.
drugging him, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Who else? He had so many other celebrity things. What else was he doing? He might just be a front for other intelligent people, much like Tony Robbins. Like we've talked about Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins is a like a
Ericksonian, right? Okay, right.
Ericksonian hypnotist, but he's also a front for somebody else's idea. He's just like a charismatic front for like another intellectual.
Right.
That's the one you really need to be scared of.
just like how Karl Marx was hired,
Right.
Hitler was hired,
Right. Somebody behind him, the more dangerous people.
Yeah.
They just
Anton
want to freaking
LaVey was
front line.
hired. Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's right.
Let's see.
Hired by these people, the freaking Golden Fleece, M or Fers, like the people in Italy. Like there's a little bank in Italy that owns the Bank of America, and Bank of America owns BlackRock, and BlackRock owns the world. Like what?
Yeah,
it's
Tara's
weird.
Actually,
okay,
Tara's actually vouching for my my character here. I don't usually
Good.
get these, but it says not in all the 8 years I've followed William Ramsey have I heard him intently be mean or racist or bigoted or trying to spread disinformation. He's one of the good guys.
That's right.
Thank you. I try.
Yeah, dude. I mean.
I have a history, guys.
And
I have
you don't
like a
jump to
15-year
conclusions
history.
either. Yeah. You don't like it takes a while for you to
groom with
like
a stool.
You're not just it's very pathetic, dude. Yeah. But I mean, like you have a time tested, like people can look at all the years that you've done, you know what I mean?
I mean, I was a guest, guys. I was
you
not
haven't
a host.
lost the plot, you have not lost
yet,
the plot.
not yet.
No.
The research and the references and the footnotes all speak for themselves. You can just read them for yourself. Go follow the footnotes. I had somebody go through my first book and check all the footnotes. They couldn't believe that the stuff in Prophet of Evil was real. They could not. And then they checked and said, you had one that was wrong. Out of the 500, only one was wrong.
But they
I
had to
must
go.
have missed David.
But they were so emotionally connected to that, how much they loved those guys and the whole
Whatever the
cult.
bush is, whatever.
Well, I mean, okay, maybe I didn't know here. Wait,
You got a fan here, Art of the Personal Story. Always stoked to see Sean McCann.
yay, thank you.
Just because you don't like the truth doesn't make it disinformation true. I'm
That's
critical.
right.
I've actually been light on the Jews. I have to do something negative about the Jews because I'm always talking about Catholics or Protestants. Like, God.
Right. I mean, we were talking in the pre-show about them burning children and massacres and shit. Like,
There's bad stuff happening in the Middle East, like really rough stuff.
right.
Obama's involved with Juicy Small. Yeah, Obama, dude, his background. Go look up Obama and Mance
Oh
Club.
yeah, this
Look up
MAGA
Mance Club.
country.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Mance
Dude.
Club in Chicago.
Oh, is that where they masturbate with each other?
I think they do all kinds of stuff. They used to. It was a gay club that Obama like is pictured with the owner. Like it's a gay club. They literally had like a room 11 and a bondage room, you know?
Gross.
Like, come on, man.
Yeah, and he smoked crack with that dude and went down on him.
This is just one story.
I know.
One story.
Yeah, and if you think about the way that all the people die around the Clintons, that's going to be happening with the Obamas too. I think the Obamas have a long career ahead of them. They're going to be killing.
The Bushes aren't much better. They just cover it up better.
That's true.
So a lot of these guys are really ruthless, man. They really do.
Yeah, H.W. Bush was in charge of killing Kennedy. I mean, shit, they're really good at covering shit up like that, you know.
Dude, the thing is people talk about the Kennedy. They brutalized everybody who knew anything about the Kennedys. The 60s was just a low-level civil war, just dead bodies all the time. Did you see what Trump said? Yeah, I did. Trump was not impressive, man.
I mean, he's just saying shit just to piss us off. I think that's his only role, is make people pissed off, and then divide and conquer. Divide, you know. Fuck that guy.
Could the smiley face killers be the hired sorcerers? Sure, they could. They could, absolutely. There's like important people or people associated with things that disappear and end up in water, like.
Right. And with the forensics, it's like almost impossible to get any forensics off a body that's been in water for all that time, you know. And look at the Program to Kill and how those were murderers for hire, you know what I mean? Even the guy who got pardoned by W. Bush, the one guy that got pardoned, the Hand of Death cult, that guy, Henry Lee Lucas, right?
Lucas, yeah.
That dude was talking about how he was working for Hand of Death cult was a group of hired assassins that make it look witchy, you know, like what Manson wanted. Yeah, that's my
when they want to hit. Yeah, there it is. So
thank you, everybody. If you do, like, Merry Christmas. Thank you.
The chat is going crazy. Like I'm having trouble keeping up.
That's great. That's awesome. Yeah. That's great.
Too harsh. Vince Foster, OKC, Systematic Promise. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff.
Right. A lot of
software.
Right. Yeah. Right. Oklahoma City bombing.
Kay Griggs is famous.
Holy crap. Yeah, she's the best. Everybody should listen to that interview. Kay Griggs. Yeah. KAYGRIGGS. And she's on YouTube, all of her interview.
Yeah, it's been a long road for me, guys. 15 years. I published my first book in 2010, so I've been around. But I mean, I was researching so much stuff, like even going back into the 90s.
Right.
And I went through all my. If I criticize Jones or a Patriot Idiot, I put that out for this and stuff. I was one of them, man. I used to sit around and probably 2003, 2004, and wait for Alex Jones to come on. You know, like 4 o'clock. It's the most important transmission of all time, man. He had me just like.
Yeah,
dude. The edge of my seat. Like, the most important transmission. What? I'm ready. So I was the biggest part of Jonestown ever.
Man, I was there.
I was like,
yeah.
You know, he keeps pushing these videos and all this stuff all the time, man.
And
he's definitely psychically driving his audience into higher
emotional music.
Yeah, everything.
All the talk,
all the statements.
Yeah, dude.
He's a very good manipulator. A lot of people, like, I always retell this one story, but like he retells the story about the frogs or making people gay. This is a sales technique. He's not telling you he's using a sales technique. If you hear him talk about frogs going gay, he immediately goes to a Berkey sale. And a lot of people don't see it. Like, oh, This is a sales technique. I know because I was in sales. I know sales techniques. You always get fear and you get urgency. Do you want to
Right.
become a gay frog? You better get a burpee because I'm making $50 a pop off of each one I sell. So he's doing that to his audience, guys. Come
Right.
on. Come on.
Yeah. I mean, if you listen to what Bill Cooper had to say about Alex Jones, like in 1991 or whatever, when Alex Jones first came out, talking about how like all the making you scared was this whole thing, and Bill Cooper like dissected it way back when. And if you listen to that, everybody will see. And like I mean, the new Alex Jones, if anybody's been watching him lately, like ever since his $1 trillion, lawsuit, he's like walking into other people's broadcast. Like there was this interview with Nick Fuentes, talking about bad about the Jews, and Alex Jones just walks in and he says, "You can't say that." And he's like, makes a joke about it, but really he did throw a whole wrench. They can't talk about it anymore because he's there being a clown, because this is his job now is to like cover up. You can't say it. Like, okay, guy. And like,
Merry Christmas, everybody. Everybody have a great holiday season. I'm taking the week off, so you will not hear from me. I might hear some old shows or something, but I'm going to take a well-deserved vacation for a week. But yeah, Wheezy, the Lincoln, amazing. That was good. Listen to that. I also did one yesterday on an hour and a half on the Dulles brothers. We barely got through anything, so there'll be a part 2, and that was with Steve. I can't remember his last name now. But anyway, you can check out my Lincoln stuff and the Dulles Brothers stuff are very recent. Happy holidays, Annika.
The JJ Dawson, yeah, really. The JJ Dawson Anarchy episode you just did was great. And I love to hear you talk about like it's surprising to me the more people aren't anarchists, I'm like, yeah. It's great to hear
control. JJ's one of the best writers, man. He really is good. He did a lot of great work on COVID, but it's interesting to hear him talk from the other side of the hemisphere too, because some of his perspectives are very similar. Like they have the same issues and a lot of so like even though it's far away, they're kind of going through the same immigration, migration, tyranny, bad state. Like I don't even know why we pay taxes, guys. We've been robbed for trillions of dollars. Like literally, I think I used to say there was billions missing. I was wrong. I underestimated it. There's trillions of dollars of missing from Americans' money that's been offshored or stolen or everything. Like the whole thing was the whole Biden administration was a criminal enterprise. There should have been like 10,000 arrests. And it's a
can you imagine if
there's enough. I mean, it's just simple
great,
fraud, bro. These aren't complex like legal issues. Like, was it a causative factor? Did the gun go off and bounce off the ground and hit that? No, you stole the money. You go to jail. You get prosecuted and go to jail. Like if I stole that money, I'd be in jail.
Right.
It's just like great show. Thank you. Wheezy was a good interview. Thanks, JJ Vance. Where's JJ? He's lurking around here.
He's a
JJ. Maybe he got caught and ran off. I don't
know. He's a friend though. That's great. He's good.
Dude, JJ and I did shows a long time ago. Like I think he was like in freaking like the middle of nowhere somewhere. Like he was Moon Hoax with JJ. I did one with him. Like, dude, you sound like you're on the other side of the moon or something. He was in the wild or somewhere. I don't even know where he was, but okay, this is the new
right
girl. This
there she is.
If I wish I could like zoom in on this, but that is her. That little red thing on her lapel underneath that is the fleece.
Right. That's the
Queen
jewel
Sophia
of right. 600-year history. Queen Sophia.
Queen Consort. That's her name.
Yeah. Consort. And there's that's them, and that's that chain that he's got around his neck. The fleece is on that chain. Yeah.
Sure is.
Yeah.
That guy has it too. I don't know who he is.
Same
dude. You can see that
dude's friends with Epstein. Look at him. Come on. Look at that face, dude.
There's Queen Beatrix. I know her face. I know her.
Oh. Yeah.
There's her Order of the Fleece.
Right. And Bilderberg is German, you know, that whole German line, Saxe Coburg, Gotha, like it's all the German families. Oh, yeah, gross.
Even Japanese.
Right.
Japanese order the fleece.
Yep.
American or British guy, they're all wearing the same thing. Who's this dude? He's got so many like things. That's his fleece. That's the order of the fleece right there
Yep.
in the center. That's
Yeah.
it. I
They
don't
have
know
to
who
wear it. It's like they're showing their allegiance.
this is from the Royal Watcher on Instagram, so people can check that out. Here's another one.
Nice. And you can see the cross they have is like like the not the Knights of Malta cross, but
Yeah, this guy
yeah,
probably
like
is
the
other
Maltese cross. That's one. Yeah.
right, right. But here's the other thing, Sean, is like he's got this guy has one order of the fleece necklace. What are
Right.
the other two? What are
Yeah.
the what are these things all represent something?
Yeah,
I don't even
right.
know who this dude is, but you know, there's the
Oh,
queen.
yep,
She's
the
got her
queen,
fleece. There
she's
she is.
got one too, yep.
The same thing the little girl was wearing. Like,
So she is behold, she gives her allegiance to someone else, even though she owns all the swans, even though she owns the world, she is just a worker bee.
she's wearing the same thing as this little girl right here,
That's right.
the
And
queen
that little
consort.
girl and her, like, you know, her kids are gonna be like royalty and all that. It's still going. I mean, these people,
It's so weird, Sean. We were talking about this. This posting is only 4 weeks ago.
right.
So, like, somebody else is doing that research, whatever this is, the
That's
Royal
good.
Watcher.
That's good. I'm glad.
There she is. And her daddy's got his order of the Golden Fleece, too.
Right. And think about, I mean, she's probably one of the mothers of darkness, you know, type.
Who knows?
Like, probably, I mean, I can only speculate, but like looking at that little girl, she's a perfect victim. I mean, I'm sure that they've groomed her to be the one, you know what I mean? Like,
I
you
think
don't
they're all
get
getting
given that.
groomed. Like, I think,
Right.
like King Charles III, Charles used to be the Duke of Windsor or whatever. I'm sure he's been groomed by his daddy and gotten so much depopulation propaganda and arrogance. I mean, you can watch him, King Charles, like he would not pick up like a pen holder and move it to one side of the desk. He had to get some other buffoon to move a pen. Do you ever see that sequence of him where he's like, I can't move this. Get this and move it to the other side of the desk. You've never seen that video?
No, I
He's
know
such a
that there's
he's
I
such a
know
dick. I gotta
there's
find it.
someone else that squeezes the toothpaste out onto his brush
Yeah,
for
no,
him.
no,
He
these are
does,
real stuff. Like
and it's like a specific amount.
these guys they
Oh,
can't do
geez.
anything. Like literally, you could say these people can't even wipe their ass, and it would be true. Like,
Yeah.
whoa, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
King Charles.
And how can they be ruling over us? Why do they have that? You know, and it's such a mental disease that they have, that they think that they, you know, the power, and that they have to inbreed themselves, and they have to, like, you know, it's really like it's a mental issue. They got a
Watch this.
problem.
This is King Charles. Watch him. Watch him. Watch him.
Okay.
Oh, I've got to sign this. Oh Lord, where's my drink for today? Watch this. Watch this.
Ugh. Ugh.
He's like scowls at him. Take this away. It's bothering me. Watch his Watch his face.
That's how he asks for
Yeah,
things.
yeah. Get this away from me. Signing something.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
These people, dude, like, so they're grown-up children.
Notice the color too.
Yeah. Right.
It's all red.
Yeah. Vermilion. Yeah, it's like that dark, almost purple red, you know, burgundy. Right? Yeah.
Take this pen away from me.
Man, I mean, so like the psychopathy is encouraged, and the more that, you know, like think about people that have power, everybody around them says yes, yes,
Yeah.
You know, they don't ever get any criticism. So like their minds just kind of like fold into this like I am the most powerful thing and I deserve to, and then they start treating it's like a psychopath creation.
Yeah, psychopath machine or something, man. It's
Yeah.
wild. They have to prove their power, right? So I gotta express my power. I have
It's
to
a great
express
album,
me.
Court of the Crimson King, by the way. King, King Crimson, the band.
Kuru, yeah, kuru is like when you eat brains or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yes, yeah, they brain when you eat the same that you get mad cow disease comes from the prions because of eating the prions. I think that.
Yeah, no, that there's probably worse pictures of Charles.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But
And then his kid was groomed into like holding up the foot of the goat in the picture, like, aha, the left foot of a goat, like, so they know the symbols too. They're groomed into the symbols of the Satanism,
dude, they're expressing so much stuff. The magic circle, all
Right.
that stuff. They know all this stuff. Think that
Right.
we don't know all of it, but
Right.
they know it.
Yeah. So I mean, it's like I guess that's pretty much it. I guess I don't really have anything like that bombshell of a stuff to say, except that, they created they were in the Habsburg, and the Order of the Golden Fleece is a consolidation of power, and it's still around today, and its allegiance to evil men, that this is how it's done. Another example, of how it is, and this is through bloodlines, and we know how important the bloodlines are to these people, and
They sure are.
who gets invited to the Bilderberg meetings, who is implementing the orders that they derive from the Bilderberg. You know what I mean? Like, so this is how uh, New World Order is disseminated. It's through these people and their power structures, and they're the ones that own the money. They're the ones that own the society. So like,
They're the ones behind the culture, just like you said, right?
that's
So
right.
they're the ones like culture creators,
Yes.
all that stuff. So it's all important. It's all important, and it's all in front of your face. These are the same people who just make sure you never hear about it, right?
Right.
Like this guy's just what he's wearing is probably incredible to find out all this stuff that what it means.
Right. He probably had to groom somebody's stool for, you know what I
Right, the
mean?
groom stool, and then like even the background is kind of eyes wide shut ish
Right. Yes.
because it's the legacy family member that they do all they always get somebody to paint their picture, their portrait. So this is probably his great grandma who
That's
had
right.
tons of money or something, and he's keeping just like the ending scene. It's all red. The ending scene
Right.
with Ziegler, right?
That's right.
Like it's like we
Like
can
the
just
billiard
not
room. Exactly. And, these
one big
people,
circle. We're bringing all the way back.
that's right. These people will stand in front of their ancestors. But meanwhile, Jacob Rothschild and Marina Abramovich will stand in front of Satan gathering his legions.
Right.
So
Right.
who's working for what, But I mean, these people are the ones who give power to Jacob Rothschild. You know what I mean? The Rothschild family are bankers to the Vatican families. Um, so like the Jews work for these guys, so everybody should be mad at the whole line of obedience, the spectrum, from the low end of the that we see every day that are doing all the atrocities, all the way to the top end of the people that are grooming stools of fucking powerful individuals that wear red, and you
Right.
know
I did a
uh
show with Dr. Edward Hutton, Bart, and it was Churchill's headmaster, and it was about Churchill being groomed for the ruthless, mentality. But in these public schools, they're really private schools in the U.S. But how they grew up all together, and I think Charles went to one of those type of things where there's like buggery, beatings, very vicious, like Pink Floyd type stuff, another brick in the wall type stuff. Like
right.
we don't need no education, really rough.
Yeah.
And Crowley actually, came out of that as well. Crowley was almost died, at least according to his biography and his own admission, he almost died in a couple of those type of boarding schools from getting beaten up, and they were freaking rough, almost
Buggered.
like basic training or something like that, like almost
Right.
like you're going into some training thing where they just scream at you,
Right.
just
They
like
take you away from your mother, and and that's like all of these people probably that dude there with all of his chains probably went to one of those type of schools, Um, it's part of the initiation, you have to be separated from your parents and you have to go and get buggered by these, schoolmasters and shit. It's just like, the SRA people have to get, they have to go to Millich and like go through the rainbow room and, all that Epstein crap, it's the
There's
same.
there's allegations of Churchill gay past, like he was accused of something. There was a lawsuit because that's kind of what even in the United States at these things they call Andover, which is one of the private schools here,
Oh, right.
Bendover. Bendover, that's the nickname because they're all sodomizing each
That's
other.
the one in Massachusetts, right?
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
yeah.
And I mean, there's stories both Bush Jr. and Sr. are rumored
Right.
to have boyfriends when they were younger.
Of course.
And
And
George
they were
Bush,
jerking off in the catacombs of the fucking,
well, that too. But I mean, just the
getting peed
fact that
on.
like when they're coming up, like before they get married or wherever to sign their marriage, they're bisexual.
Right.
And people
And then
wouldn't believe that. They would not believe that. I'm telling you. I forgot the guy who was rumored to be George Bush Jr.'s boyfriend. He was like pictured with Bush, like wearing pastels and something like that. Like must be really
with mineral water in the 80s.
yeah.
Right?
Oh no, like something like real. I mean, just like, dude, you must be very comfortable with your manhood to be wearing like
Yeah.
light pink and blue or whatever. With I gotta find those. Those are all so old. But I reposted on my social media the one of the Gannon guy who was with Bush in the White House, Bush Jr. as a press corps. And somebody found the records. He was showing up. He was a gay prostitute showing up at Bush Jr.'s White House like 50 times.
Right.
The Democrats found that out. Just know the right would never divulge that. They would never tell that to the public.
Right.
These are facts, guys. I'm not making this up.
Yeah.
Look up Jeff Gannon. It was called Talon News. Like I'll find these guys have dark, sordid like lives, dude.
I read a Kurth Barker was an experiencer, survivor of satanic ritual abuse, and he says that all the kids that were involved in what he was involved in were raised gay. Like he would have to dress up as a female and he would have a different name, Kathy, when he performed in the child pornography. And then in his normal life he was Kurth. He was a boy again. And then they would have like occult marriages like to each other and being like they believed that everybody's gay. Just like Kinsey. They believe that everybody's gay since birth and heterosexuality is just like something to
it's a construct.
Yeah. Yes.
It's Kinsey is a Satanist, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Like his whole worldview is literally Crowley.
Totally.
It's literally the same as Crowley. Like it's not even a joke. Right. It's the same mentality. I'm not related to Base Camp Chris. I don't know who he is. I have no relatives in social media.
Right. Yeah.
Everybody else in my family is a bean counter. Actually, they're all. I don't know what happened to me, but they all are like people who did,
accounting.
Accounting, yeah, they're all
right.
My family is accountants. I'm not. My sister, brother, and dad.
It's a left brain. You're doing some left brain work there with the diving into the research and stuff. It takes that kind of mind, I don't know.
The thing, Rabbity, this guy Gannon was alleged to be Johnny Gosh, but nobody could ever prove that.
Right.
But he was. Let me see if I can find it. I'll wrap. Is there anything you want to say before we wrap up?
No. Just Merry Christmas, everybody, and visit Wake the Dead. Like I got Wake the Dead. Is my podcast, and the link I shared. I've got a donate page on onegreatworknetwork.com/Sean-McCann/donate is my if anybody feels nice enough to share and give. I have a family and I have a normal job. I'm just a normal guy, and I don't wear a golden fleece around my neck. If I did, I probably wouldn't be talking to y'all. I'd be making faces at people to move around my stuff on my desk. But so yeah, I'm one of the have some love and compassion for a fellow like yourself. That's all. Anyway, thank you, and it's always an honor to be here, and I love being on your show.
It's great talking with you again. No, Visigoth passed away this year in January. He was 72. So I've talked to his widow. She gave me permission to kind of keep his stuff alive. I've found new shows too. I've posted. There's play there. He did so many. It's very confusing because he started out with the Grassy Knoll. Then he kept changing his title. So he had Beyond the Grassy Knoll, the Alembic Files, Visigoth. He didn't really like the Catholic Church. So that Visigoth was the guy who kind of Goth came in and sacked Rome, if I remember. But yeah, unfortunately, Visigoth has passed away. But he left us a great archive. I've kept the archive alive. So I put it into 6 things because that's the way 6 different archival things, because that's the way they were received to me. But there's I think 2,000 or 3,000 or 2,000 at least of his shows that are in different places and different things. But he covered so many different subjects. But to go back to, he had Grassy Knoll, Beyond the Grassy Knoll, the Alembic Files, and different other titles. But he always kept the same pseudonym, Visigoth. It's Keith Hansen was his real name. But yeah, he's unfortunately passed away. So I've tried to republish some of it, but he was really, before Opperman or me, he was kind of doing the same stuff, before YouTube, guys, 2003, 2004. He lived in Tampa or outside of Tampa, and he would record and put this stuff out on shortwave radio. But some of them, I've had to go back. He didn't care about copyright, so he would include his favorite songs and stuff. And when I put those up, YouTube will take them down or just say they're unpublishable. So he is unfortunately passed away. I do have a lot of stuff. You can just look up Visigoth Archives. You can see some of those shows. I think that was it. What else was it? I think that's the only question. James Dale Guckert. This is the guy. So you can go see his website. There's literally a Wikipedia. His real name was Guckert Gannon. 2003, 2005, he's given credentials as a White House reporter. You can see Bush talking to him. He's been, of course, considered so friendly, it might have been planned. He was in there. He got daily passes to White House briefings. And then he had press credentials. He worked for the freaking gay news thing. Talon News. Eberly is the president of both GOP USA and Chat News. That's a weird last name. We covered Eberly in our talk on Manchurian Candidate, if you remember. Oh. But let's see. House Judiciary Committee found that he was going in. He's talking. How's it transmit 40? It's gay.
A penetration of the White House. Literally. Sorry. That was a silly joke.
Yeah, no, it's actually an interesting word.
Right.
It's here he is, he shows up, ex-gay blogger. Let me see if I can find video of him. But even the tell is when he's talking to Bush and Bush is talking to him, it's picture says 1,000 words.
When Trump goes and grabs Bill Clinton's crotch and smiles about it. That picture is freaking ridiculous here. People they probably are all fucking queer. Excuse my language. Jeez, I keep using the F word.
There he is. So here's Gannon. He's talking to George Bush. Bro. This guy's a writer for the video is terrible quality.
Yeah, that's what TV used to be. Remember that, guys? The old days.
There he is. Guckert Gannon. And there's pictures of the dude with no shirt and All muscles. There he is. Yeah, he's
Just
taking
like Putin
questions.
on a horse.
Yeah. No, there's an article somewhere where it shows his press, but he's going in and out of the White House at nighttime.
Gross.
It's reported. Like it was reported by these other guys on these comedy shows. There's Biden back. There he is. There's a picture of him. See that? That's him. That's the same dude at the White House, and John Stewart's talking about him, dude. Anyway, that's enough. These are all forgotten stories. Like I've
No
been
wonder
around.
he was invited to the White House.
Indeed.
Dear
Guys,
God.
everybody have a great Christmas. Spend time with your family. Touch grass. Get some fresh air. Have good times. Stay away from the stuff, you know. I'll see you guys in a week or two or something like that. Sean, thanks a lot. Thanks for your time.
Hey, thank you, and thank all the chat people and all the listeners. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it makes a huge difference. I had 233 listeners, live listeners. We didn't do an announcement or anything.
That's great.
And Sean, hopefully keep Hans in your thoughts and prayers too. Hopefully he gets better.
He'll be okay. I think it's just a cold, but he's just sneezing and got all kinds of sniffles and stuff. It wouldn't be good for the radio, you know.
I don't blame him. All right, guys, ending the stream. Peace.
Awesome. Cheers. Bye-bye.